What's up, y'all? Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. You can get this at swamp.com. What? You can also get it at incenseandashtrays.com. Incenseandashtrays.com. Come on in here. Come on in here. Amanda versus everybody. Amanda over here talking that shit. Is she just insecure herself? I want to talk about this for a reason. I'm with you, I'm with you, chat room. I'm with you, chat room. Amanda versus everybody. I brought this up because I was watching Club Shay Shay, and I didn't watch the whole interview, but I was scrolling, and I saw a clip that was talking about where Amanda was talking about her issues with Issa Rae. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. So let me see what's going on here. It's funny, a lot, full disclosure, a lot of the things that I talk about with you guys come from people I'm generally not interested in. I've never been interested in Puffy, but like over the last year and a half, like the cards for some reason had me interested in Puffy, all the way to the point to where I was able to predict through the cards that he was getting ready to get into a lot of legal trouble a month before everything dropped. If you want proof, just go back and listen to my episode on Puffy, October 3rd, and then you pull out your calendar and see when his legal trouble started. So it just be, for some reason, I guess it be signals for me to pay attention to different things. So Amanda Seales is somebody, I didn't really watch Insecure, for disclosure. I didn't really watch that show like that. Wasn't a big fan of it. My wife watched the first season, and I would sometimes come and sit in on while she was watching it, and then be like, because it was filmed all in my neighborhood, all where I grew up, all where my high school, college years, elementary years were. And I would watch the show, but I'd be like, man, this is an absolutely corny depiction of my city. They got all these niggas looking like cornballs. You know, and I grew up in the same neighborhood as Issa Rae. Well, you know, because I'm going to get all into it. You know, well, she was born in L.A., raised in Africa, and then spent a lot of time in the DMV area. And then when she came back to LA, she was in the View Park area, which is where I spent a lot of my childhood. And so when I would see the show, I would be like, man, this got to be the most cornball, goofiest depiction of LA I've ever seen in my life. She cannot be born and raised here. Maybe spend some time here. But so I never liked the show, is what I'm trying to say. Never liked the show. My wife liked it for a little bit. I appreciate, you know, Issa. You know, a lot of my comedian friends got a chance to write on the show and act on the show and do different episodes. A lot of my friends got to do that. So, so salute. So, I always appreciate anytime my friends get some work. You know what I mean? Appreciate the Cash App, Williams. Appreciate the Cash App. Brother Williams is a regular donor to the Cash App, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Salute. So, you know, I'm not a I'm not I can't say that I'm a fan of either person's work, but I don't all at the same time I don't think either of them are bad at what they do. It's just not my taste. Okay, I want to be full disclosure. The fact that Amanda Seals gets so many people to go to her comedy shows and she gets to travel the nation and people pay to see her, that means the woman has talent. And so I'm not about to sit here, regardless of some crazy shit I'm gonna say later on. I'm gonna start off by saying I ain't about to sit here and act like that woman ain't got talent and she's not good at what she does. If you can get that many people to buy a ticket every time they come to see you, every time you go out, then you know you're worth your weight. You know what I mean? So I hear, you know, Issa Rae has shows that people like those shows. You know, me being born and raised from here, I thought the shit was bullshit. I was like, and when I would see the way they would do the cameras, and you know me, I studied propaganda. I would see how the way the imagery was. I was like, the reason why HBO put this out there, you know, bigger than any individual, because we are all chess pieces on the grand scheme chessboard that we're on. We're all just pieces on a chessboard, especially if you're in entertainment. If you're an entertainer or an athlete, you're just a piece on a chessboard. Never think you're any more than that, okay? Especially if you're funded by them folks. You're just a piece. That's all it is. And they pay you well to be a piece, but you're still a piece. Remember that. So when I say these things about entertainers and entertainment, it's not personal to you. I'm just talking about a pawn, okay? So her piece on the chessboard, image wise, when I watch Insecure, will be to make Inglewood and South LA comfortable for the new oncoming gentrifiers. See, everything happens in propaganda. Every TV show is a bit of propaganda, especially over the last 20 years. Back in the 90s and before the 90s, you had propaganda shows and you had shows that were just funny or serious, whatever. Since the 2000s, 2010s, basically everything that comes on network TV is a bit of propaganda in order to skew your mind in a particular place. And the show Insecure, when I would watch the ley lines of it, I said, this song here is making, like, you ever notice white women always have like their black friend, it's Beyonce or their black show that they love to brag about to black people that they like to watch. Insecure is one of those shows. So when you watch shows like that, you know, if you're feeling like, okay, it's about time to move, and you're white, you can't afford to live where the Asians live now because they don't price you out in Marina Del Rey. Now you might have to move to Inglewood, or you live in St. Louis, and all you heard was these stories of Inglewood from Mac 10 and the rap videos back in the day. A new image of Inglewood and South LA has to be painted. So you do it through these type TV shows. And these TV shows, Fresh Prince of Bel Air had a lot of people wanting to go to Bel Air. Hell, Fresh Prince. When I went to Philly, I'm over here looking for. Even though it was just the intro on Fresh Prince of Bel Air. The fact I was in Philly made me be like, man, where was the Fresh Prince at when he was out here? TV shows do that to us, and I see it all the time. Especially like when I drive by the Marathon store when I'm in after Nipsey died. Every time I drove past Sauce and Crenshaw, you see white folks with their goddamn cameras out. Hell, I drive past where she stayed, Dunes in Inglewood, last week? And I see this white dude with a fucking camera around his neck taking pictures of the building. And I'm like, what? So, I ain't, I was like, yeah, nah, that shit is to make Inglewood comfortable for cornballs. I miss the old Inglewood where either you had to get in, where you fit in, or get out. I miss them days in Inglewood. That show making Inglewood soft for the softies. You did? So that's where I stand on the show. All right. I don't necessarily care too much about Shannon Sharp. I think that he's a he be he be bull jiving too. And it was a couple places in the interview with Amanda Seales to where she actually caught his ass. And I was like, that's right, that's right. You know, she called him cooning a few times. Old thick tongue nigga. But then Amanda, I just noticed something throughout the parts that I watch. She had her issues with Issa. She had her issues with Marsha Ambrosius when she was on. She said when she was in Florida. Like that's Marsha's group. Like goddamn, okay. But she talked about some tension there. She talked about tension, about being expelled from college because she was lied on, and I believe that. I believe that. You know, she talked about, you know, getting fired from Sirius wasn't her fault. She talked about uh, the cast of The Real didn't like her for any reason. She was saying Essence Magazine doesn't like her. And now she kept talking because I'm trying to give her a chance because I don't really, you know, pay attention to what she does. But I'm trying, and I've heard a lot of bad stories about her. But I'm like, I ain't about to just sit here and go on people's bad stories. Let me give her a chance, you know. And I just noticed there was a whole bunch of conflict. I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of people you done had conflict with. And then after the interview with Shannon, she said she had a problem with Shannon. And I was just like, God damn. It was a few parts of the interview where she's saying, I think she has a good voice. You know what I mean? I've never seen her comedy. Let me change my music up. I've never seen her comedy or paid too much attention to like shows like Insecure to know, you know, anything else. But I was thinking like, man, that's a lot of people. But this is the part about the interview that caught me. One thing that really caught my ear. When I heard her talk about not being accepted in black spaces, and that's what I want to get into today. We're going to talk about it. And then when we talk about it, we're going to talk about, we're going to go into her cards and see, you know, and I'm going to go into her relationship with Issa because she talks about how an interaction she had with Issa. So we're going to talk about it here from an earthly point of view. And then we're going to go into the cards and see what's going on beneath the surface. In the meantime, this is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to go to thewanb.com. Go to thewanb.com right now. If you're not part of my email list, join the email list. Join the email list. The video is about to come down for my documentary. I'm about to take the documentary down because we're working on episode number 2. Hit the GoFundMe. Help us finish episode number 2 and 3 of It's Bigger Than Hip Hop, the Black American Music Family Tree. Help us get there. And you can also, if you're interested in what I'm doing when I get into my cards, you can always go to breakthroughcards.com, breakthroughcardology.com, read the reviews, understand what cardology is. It ain't no weird shit, but it is a science that our ancient ancestors left us. And you can book an appointment right now at breakthroughcards.com. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm about to, I don't even have anything queued up. You would think that I would have queued shit up, but I would have queued some stuff up, but I was too busy getting high. Smoking like a motherfucker. Oh, here we go. I got some stuff on my phone, so I'm about to airdrop some stuff for myself that I saw within the interview that I want to bring up. Let me airdrop everything because I was going through this stuff yesterday. I was going through this stuff yesterday, and today I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I wanted to make sure I talk about this today because I think the overall lesson we're going to get in here is wherever you are, there's you. Okay, and I always get a red flag when I listen to people talk, and every time they talk, everybody's a problem, and there's no accountability on what they say. G in the chat room made a good point. G said, remember, she said she has mental health issues. Watch her action when yeah, yeah, she has a mental health issues, yeah. But part of I would know me coming from mental health in the years of my years working in mental health. The first part in fixing your mental health and getting your mental health right is telling the truth to yourself, okay, and owning your responsibility in group dynamics. That goes a long way with your mental health. And mental health does not get in the way with accountability. Matter of fact, the less accountable you are, the more extreme your mental health is going to get because you're living in delusion, not the truth. Okay? It requires you to listen to what the people around you are saying about you and either accept or reject that thing when it comes to mental health. Like with me, one thing when I started listening, I was like, man, especially like a couple years ago, I saw that I could really dominate a conversation. I had to learn how to listen better. But for a long time, when some people close to me were trying to tell me that, I wasn't listening to them. I was like, no, I listen. I'm good, man. I got a degree in communication studies. What the fuck you talking about? I listen. And then I heard myself on a couple shows that I was on. And then a couple other people said that one of my cool homeboys, Mike Robertson. I used to do a show called Mike Robertson Boulevard, 2018, at Poetess Studio, Morris Media. And Mike pulled me to the side one day, a few years later, was like, DeJuan, sometimes you just talk without listening. And then I was like, damn, he said that. My wife said that. Uh, Somebody else said that I know. So I may need to take a step back and check myself. And then because I hate watching myself. I never like I've never like rewatched. Like when I do my clips, I run them through a clip maker, and that's even hard to do. I hate watching myself. I hate it. But I had to watch myself, and I was like on a couple episodes of other podcasts I used to do, and I was like, damn, I do overtalk. I do. I don't do a good job of listening enough. I listen, but I don't listen. And so I had to go through the process of being like, God damn, motherfuckers is right. So let me slow down. And when people are talking, let me give myself a second or two. Let me take a deep breath before I respond. Don't let me just not jump in like this is a tag team wrestling match, like this is double dutch. Let me pull back and be like, God damn, DeJuan, I know I talk a lot, but let me be a better listener. And when I did that, it went a long way in helping my mental health and dealing with things that I was dealing with, you know? So I don't let that whole mental health shit, mental health, and you talking to somebody who's a mental health motherfucking expert. That's the part that I didn't show y'all asses. Let me show, yeah, since people like throwing out their goddamn degrees and shit, you can also go to my website and click on Breakthrough Advocacy Services, and you get to see right here, working mental health. I go back there 25 years plus. Since 1995, Kendrew Medical Center, Watts, California. That's where I started working with kids and working with families, doing relationship coaching and mental health, all that stuff. Damn goddamn wrote a book on this shit. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the point of view where I'm speaking from. So when it comes to, I'm laying the foundation, and we're gonna get into, because I want to make sure that if this floats around, my videos be floating around, and I be hearing a lot of people tell me that my videos get to who I talked about, and that's why I don't, But I don't talk. I don't get personal with people because I don't. It's not personal. One, it's not personal. Two, I'm gonna talk some shit. But three, I want you just people just to know that there's a solution kind of base I have to what I do. And it's about using the people that we see in front of us as a canvas of a reflection on ourselves and how we get down and what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. You don't look at people to judge them. You look at them to be like, so that's where you fucked up. Am I fucking up in that area too? Or what can we do to make this right? You know? So, Amanda, so with Amanda, what I noticed off the top, because again, this was the first extended interview I've ever heard of her. She was talking about a lot of people not getting along, but it was always them. But then at the same time, when she got to the part to where she was talking about Issa, I heard that too because I know the type. I know the type. I know the type. And when I say I know the type, meaning, you know, the passive aggressiveness. There's a part in the interview, and I don't want to play too much. I already want to play it. But there's a part.
So I just want you to know that, but I do want you to understand that it was me who kicked you out the party.
Here it is. This part here, where when she got kicked out the party, it was a whole story back in the day when she got kicked out of the party for whatever insecure or whatever party that they were going to be there, and so she went into it, and Amanda was talking about how she was mad that she couldn't get it directly. She was getting it from the publicist.
My feelings were hurt.
How people were going around her instead of coming directly to her. And I understand how that could have hurt the system. But at the same time, if you're the kind of person that everywhere you go is a problem, I can also understand their side of it, where it's like, I don't want to deal with you. and then there's a part where she talks about like, I remember for those, like for Amanda, I remember a few years ago she falsely, like, she picked up on some shit with Myron Rowe, the old football. I remember the football player that was a Rhodes Scholar, and she talked about him and and a false accusation he had. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. And the security guard says to me, "I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just doing my job." No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I'm looking for a part. She's done stuff like that. And there's a part. Let me see if I can find that part. Let me see if I can find that part. All right. No, man. Damn it. Okay, maybe if I take these videos off and airdrop the videos separately. I'm going to have to do that. Airdrop the videos separately. There was a part where she's talking about, like, Shannon asked her, like, do you date, like, do you have a problem with black men? And her response is, I don't have a problem with black men. Do you know how many black men that I've put money on their books for? And that's where I wanted to start talking about it. Hopefully I got the video. I thought I had the video, that part. No, not that part. Not that part. Not that part. Damn. I don't have that video. Let me see here. Hold on. No. Damn it. I didn't timestamp that part. I didn't timestamp the part. Hold on, let me see if I can go back. There's a part in the video to where Shannon basically asks her about, dating black men. And then her response is all the money that she's put on the books of black men. And here's the reason why, like, that's an issue. The reason why that's an issue is because why is it that black men are always synonymous with jail time? No, let me see here. No, that's not it. Damn it. Let me see if I can find it. I want to play that clip for y'all. I want to play that clip for y'all. Because this part here, and this part here was like very, damn it. This part here is one of the issues that, and the reason why, along with her lying on Myron Roll. Let me see here. It's crazy to be extorted in the public in general. Let me see. Hold on. Like, just people. Here we go. That's unfortunate for you. Hold on. That's a place that I've arrived at. Very wrong about these places. You know how many brothers I have. Here it is. I found it. And so now there's this whole narrative of Here it is. Okay. I got it. This part right here. I want y'all to, this part right here.
And you just doing the best that you got with something that doesn't have a blueprint.
Right.
And so now there's this whole narrative of Amanda Seales hates black men. That it has literally no water. If I hate black men, I want a refund. I want a refund, Shannon. You know how many brothers I have lifted up? I want a refund. I done paid probation fees because the niggas can rap and I want them to be able to live in their talent and their truth.
We got to go back to that. Because she said a whole lot of white folks' racist tropes towards black people while saying that she gets along with black people. Let's go back.
So now there's this whole narrative of Amanda Seales hates black men. That it has literally no water.
Let's go into that part. Amanda Seales hates black men. The Myron Roll situation. As a black man, even though that's not my boat. I've never even been in the arena of being accused of anything. I'm still sensitive to brothers getting accused because just like a lot of black women have stories of Me Too and this and that, a lot of brothers silently have stories of He Too, God damn it. People we know that didn't do nothing that got accused of something because she was mad because he moved on to another woman. Because she was mad that that he chose the other baby mama over her. We've seen too many brothers go down because there wasn't a favorable outcome to brothers. So when we see you as one of our as a black woman, when we see you doing the same thing white women do to us, and white men do to us, and the world does to us, not vet, and you get a man who was a Rhodes Scholar, and as much as you like talking, I bring it up because you're the one that starts talking about education and how educated you are. We see that, so that I want you to consider when we see moves like that, you might get that label. Just hopefully you understand that. That's a very sensitive issue with black men because how many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of black men since the 1690s have been lynched because a white woman, or even back in those days, you would have been considered a Melungeon or a mulatto with your Grenadian roots. When they made an accusation to a darker skinned black male. There's a long etymology and history behind that. You're extremely intelligent. You should understand this. So that's where accountability comes in. Okay. Now let's go a little bit further.
If I hate black men, I want a refund. I want a refund, Shannon. You know how many brothers I have lifted up? I want a refund. I done paid probation fees because the niggas can rap and I want them to be able to live in their talent and their truth.
I done paid probation fees so niggas can rap and live in their truth. Probation fees, stereotype number one. Rap, stereotype number two. So I understand being funny, but lifting up the black man, stereotype number three. Where do you find these niggas? I'm serious. My sister married and dated nothing but black men. My sister ain't never had to pay no probation fees and support nobody's rap careers. My wife ain't had to. All my friends, they're all black. From my engineer friends to and they are from LA. Black people, we have all kinds. We have brothers who are about our business. You got ain't shit brothers who ain't about shit. You got people who are trying to make it to live dollar for dollar. You got ballers. We're like everybody else. Our kind spans all kinds. But like the typical white person, when it comes time to talk about the black man, we got to be lifted up, been to probation, rap career. Trope, motherfucking trope. So it's not what you profess is the reason why black people feel this way. It's how you move. So, and then overall, also in this interview, she talked about how she's been rejected by Essence magazine. She said she talks about how, well, also when she did a response video. And in the response video, excuse me, in the response video, she's talking about, let me see. I got tenants texting me like I can do something. Like, what? Sorry about that, y'all. Why the fuck is my tenant texting me? The plumber turned off the hot water. Yeah, he's working on it. What the fuck can I do about it? Oh my God. I hope y'all listening to me ain't this petty with the people who run your building that you live in. God damn. I'm literally getting a text right now when I'm live with you. The plumber turned the hot water off. Well, go talk to the fucking plumber. I ain't there. God damn. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to talk to y'all, deliver the good word, and I'm getting texts from a goddamn tenant who could walk outside to the fucking plumber and ask him, hey, when is the water coming back on? Why the fuck are you texting me?
That gonna play out, and I knew that.
Look at this.
That was offensive. That was highly offensive, and it makes me wonder if you know when people are flirting with you. So when I left the interview, I just was very kind of not sure how it was going to play out, and I knew that he had played himself in the interview in a number of ways, and so I knew that he would. They would probably edit some of it out. So that's how I felt.
So she's talking about right here her response to the interview with Shannon Sharpe. It's a part I want to get to. Hold on.
The door is open. Folks talk uninterrupted. He allows them to be a safe space.
This is what she's complaining about Shannon Sharpe.
Interviews? He's very welcoming and bubbly. The door is open. folks talk uninterrupted. He allows them to be a safe space. The producer told me I would be in a safe space and told me, I would be supported. So that's what I expected. He didn't behave with me like he has not behaved with anybody else like he did with me. So that's why I did the interview. Okay. Any other questions?
She's basically saying that he manipulated the interview while giving her long form to answer questions. If somebody gives you long form to answer questions to where you can explain yourself, they're not manipulating you. Manipulation is when they cut your conversation, when they cut you off mid-sentence and give you leading questions. Even if somebody gives you a leading question and they give you all day to answer, you can rhetorically flip that. That's easy. Come on, Sister Seals. You're an Ivy Leaguer. If you're given a minute, 2 minutes to explain yourself, you done said what you wanted to say. You got to own that.
You know what? I don't feel like it showed my. So it's weird when we talk about like truth, right? Like, so yes, like I got to speak honestly about certain things, but I don't feel like it showed my truth because it showed me in defense mode. And I don't exist in defense mode. So
there go that old thing. Show me my truth, my truth, my truth. It showed you in defense, so you had a 3-hour long interview. 3 hours.
It managed the interview, and that's really different. I mean, like, he's gonna throw some messiness at you, but he didn't press you on it, and like she'll always go the negative route. And I saw it play out on the episode because there were times where he would ask me a question and I would be about to give like a positive answer, but then he would throw a negative spin on it, and then I would just follow that lead. And that is something I need to be more mindful of, just in the future in general, because I shouldn't be letting somebody like lead me down that road.
There goes some accountability.
So
right
many
there.
of y'all
have
been on my head like, don't you ever go on that platform again. So I will.
I want to play that part.
I will not.
She shows some level of accountability right there, all while blaming him for spinning the questions. So Amanda, that right there was just a lot of, go back and watch the interview if you want. I didn't watch it. I watched the whole segment she did with Issa. I get things. They still fucking texting me. What the fuck are they still texting me for? God damn. Let me turn my phone upside down. Shit. No, not damn it. Yeah, my truth can easily be a lie. Yeah. You're gonna have to wait, homie. So yeah, there's a lot of finger pointing and a lot of lack of accountability on her part. And I just see that with people like this, you always gotta watch out for people who it's never their fault. I need y'all to hit the share button, hit the like button for the 200 in here on YouTube. Everybody watching on Rumble, everybody watching on Twitch, Twitter. Hit the share button and go to thewannabe.com. Also, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App right there. Hit the Cash App. But yeah, she's on that, she said, before I go into the reading, she says she's a nigga hating feminist. Who the gang? Yeah, she does a lot of white woman stuff. And professional victim, yeah. And then it was another thing she was talking about in the interview where she was talking about how, like, she's black. And she was talking about not really being accepted in black spaces. It's like, you're not gonna, let me do a quick little lesson for y'all here. Acceptance is an internal process. acceptance, this goes for us as black people when it comes to society. This goes for women who are fighting for equal rights. This goes for the gay trans community. This goes for the midget community. This goes for anybody out there. This goes for the fat community, which I'm proudly a part of. If you want acceptance, you have to give it to yourself. And through accepting yourself, others attract to your self acceptance. And those other people who also accept themselves accept you. And it's a genuine acceptance. It's a lot of, when I listen to the interview, it's a lot of black, bliggity, black. Man, let me tell y'all something. Blackness just is. You ain't always got to talk about how pro-black you are, how much you love black people, and how you just got to do it. Black people ain't little ass kids. They don't want to be talked to all the time. If you love black people, just love black people. It shouldn't be so hard. If you love black people, just love us. We don't have to be that thing you show the world that you do to make yourself a good person. It just is. And who the fuck is Ebony Magazine and Jet? Like that shit ain't even us. Like, who's running around looking to be accepted by those jive motherfuckers? Like, who are they? I do like the way she checked Shannon Sharp in the interview. Shannon Sharp tried to say something about her being called the N-word as a kid, and he tried to play her for that. That wasn't cool, Shannon boy. As Kwame Brown say, oh Shannon boy. That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all. This part right here. Then we don't get into her cards. This part right here.
Come on, you didn't do that. Come back. Really, after all them years.
Oh no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Damn it. That was the part.
To like play this game.
That was the part, but let me go back. Let me see.
Come on, you didn't do that. Come back.
Let me see here. Here it is.
For me to like play this game, I gotta like do a whole renovation of self.
Looking at her chart right now.
That wasn't it. I can't find it. But there's a part where Shannon said that she talked about being called the N-word and having racist interactions with kids at 9 years old. And Shannon tried to downplay it. And she checked him, and she checked him good on that too. Nigga, Shannon went right into defending the white kids and didn't listen to her talk about her pain and stuff like that. Like, she kind of reminds me that, you know, she's that black person that grew up in a white area, that her blackness is what held her back from being accepted. And so maybe that's why she hasn't totally accepted her blackness. I don't know. But let's see here. Let's go into Amanda's cards. Ooh, I'll tell you right now. Let's go into her cards, and then we're gonna go into Issa Rae's cards, and then we're gonna talk about their dynamic, their grouping as two. She is a ace of spades right off top, and she's a Cancer. Cancer, very serious, very, very serious about family, but also very sensitive, very bombastic. She's a bombastic yet sensitive person, and she's an ace of spades. Ace of spades people conceal themselves. Put it like this: with her cards, we don't know who she is. People who are ace of spades don't reveal themselves. They give you a representation. What she really is, who she really is, only her family knows. The rest of us only get, and even her friends don't know. They do a very, very, very good job of showing the world one face while being something totally different behind closed doors. The Ace of Spades is a very special card. That's the card of the mystery systems. A lot of ancient occult mystery systems, they'll have an Ace of Spades as their logo. Because an Ace of Spades is the signal of the occult. And what does occult mean? Occult means what's hidden. People at church will tell you occult means something evil. No. All the word occult means is what's hidden. And the Ace of Spades is a card of hiding. Hiding true intentions, hiding what's really going on, hiding what's really in your mind, hiding what's really there. That old cheap ass liquor is called Ace of Spades. They're hiding the fact that it's cheap ass liquor and charging your ass all that goddamn money for some cheap ass liquor. Ace of Spades is some cheap shit. But they put this on it, letting you know this. What you ain't. When every time you need to look. Let me tell y'all something. If you're watching a movie, if you see this card, it means one of two things. It means on one level, it means occult. It means you're not seeing what you're seeing, and on the other end, it means death and rebirth. This is also the card of death and rebirth. That's why if you go back and watch John Wick 4. On John Wick 4, there's a scene to where the big fat motherfucker in the burgundy suit, he's shuffling the cards, and when he gives John Wick a card, what card did he give him? An Ace of Spades. And he saw John Wick look up like, yeah, he was letting him know I'm about to kill you. In the movie, Isaiah Washington's movie, Corsicana, an Ace of Spades came up. A lot of old Westerns, whenever there was a card scene and somebody was about to die, usually the Ace of Spades will be the card that you see. Okay? I got plumbers. Hey, y'all, I got a plumbing situation with my apartment. Give me like 1 minute, all right? I'm going to mute myself. Sorry about that, y'all. I had an emergency. Oh my God, why the fuck is wrong with these tenants? I'm gonna get back to the show, but this was going on. I got my normal plumber I work with, right? Love this motherfucker. Does my work great. Black brother. Love him, love him, love him. Well, at one of my buildings, another plumber is doing some work right now. And the tenant, while that other plumber is doing some work right now, is at her impatient ass waiting for the fucking gas to turn back on. calls my normal plumber like, hey, what's going on? Why is the gas turned off? And he's calling me like, hey, she said you got another plumber there doing the work. And I'm like, oh, cuz, no. I didn't want him knowing we got another plumber doing the work. Because that wasn't even my decision. I was, man, motherfucker. Back to the Ace of Spades. Back to the Ace of Spades. Can y'all hear me? What's up, Hassan? My man Hood News. Dialing in over on X. So, back to what we talking about. Fuck you, Larry. Yeah, I'm over here. I like keeping my contractors happy, but you don't call every contractor for everything. One contractor do this, the other contractor do that. Everybody eat. One contractor is good at cooking the moonty to the boom bump, and the other contractor's doing boom to the boom to the boom. And I got tenants. This is what I'm gonna do. I need to burn some fucking incense. And I ain't got no goddamn incense around here too. Where did my incense go? Man. I'm about to get back into this card read, y'all. I'm about to get back into this card read. But this is what happens when you dial in on YouTube and it's not on TV. This shit ain't pre-produced. I don't have any showrunners and no editors. This is all me done here doing what I do. So I'm gonna be back like in 30 seconds, y'all. Fuck this shit. We back. Thank you for the applause. Thank you for the applause. Now let's go ahead and get into this read. We're gonna read. Let's get back into reading Amanda Seales. And why is it that Amanda is always the problem everywhere she goes? Let's look into her cards and see why wherever she shows up, she the problem. Back to her cards. So Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades people, a person like Amanda, the reason why Ace of Spades people generally conceal themselves is because they go through some kind of traumatic event or traumatic series of events as a child. And there's something that happened early in Amanda's life. I could tell that Seven of Hearts in her Mercury. There was something that happened early in her life that made her conceal her true intentions. Maybe she spoke a lot of truth. Maybe she told things the way it was, and that got her in having issues with people. I don't know, but there was something that happened early on that got her to really conceal what her true intentions were when it comes to dealing with people. She has a Seven of Diamonds Venus card, so that means she has a mother that was really into image and looking a certain way. And she probably was like, with a Seven of Diamonds in her Venus card, that tells me that she probably was like the crown jewel to her mother in as far as her actions, as far as like her grades, her being smart. She had it was one of those situations to where her smartness, her presentation was her end. You know what I mean? It's a superficial connection, I should say. Very superficial if there's no spiritual grounding in that relationship. Mars, 5 of spades, that means she dealt with a father that was in and out. I don't know her family situation. I don't know nothing about her past. I don't know none of that shit. But it looks as if with the 5 of spades in her Mars card, she dealt with a father that she didn't know which way he was gonna go. Like, wasn't consistent. 5 of spades, Mars card also tells that, you know, that's where a lot of her talent comes in. And this is where a lot of her talent. She has that 5 of spades in Mars. That shows a man that has a lot of talent and a lot of direction she can go. And her biggest issue sometimes is trying to figure out what talent to focus on. She doesn't spend too much time sitting down on any one talent because she has a lot of talents. And whenever she decides to key in and hone in and focus on one of her various talents, she's very successful at it. So she's a very talented woman. Jupiter card, Jack of Hearts, that's where Amanda's able to emotionally connect to people. That's where people that like her. But that Jack of Hearts is also the full of shit card too. It's the preacher card. It's a card that if you connect to it, you connect to it. If you don't like it, you think it's full of shit. But she has the ability to emotionally connect to people, to emote to people. And what she does is people feel her. People feel her. And that's where a lot of her magic in her entertainment is, and being felt. You know, even if they don't hear what she's saying, even if they disagree with what she's saying, her fan base feels her. That Jack of Hearts is a card. If I was ever going to read her in person, I would tell her, keep playing on that Jack of Hearts. If you have a Jack of Hearts in your Jupiter, that means you have an overwhelming ability to be loved by people. But the same way you can be loved is the same thing that can make you hate it. It's 2 sides to everything. It's 2 vibrations to every card. The same thing that'll make people love you is the same thing that'll make people hate you. See, the Jack of Hearts, if you look at the Jack of Hearts, you got to actually look at the card. Every card tells a story. The Jack of Hearts is a one-eyed Jack telling you it's singularly focused. And look at what he has. He has basically an olive branch in his left hand, in his hand in front of you, and he has his axe behind you. That's why I like reading cards with basic cards. Basic bicycle cards, basic B cards. I got cards all over the goddamn place. I use just the basic cards because the images tell the story too. It's the reason why these images are on there. The Jack of Hearts is going to show you it loves you in front of you, but it got an axe waiting behind your ass if you don't take that olive branch. Pow! And so the Jack of Hearts can be very deceptive because it is so emotionally connected. So it comes down to how you play the card. You can use it to heal, to extend the olive branch, or you can use it to emotionally connect to somebody and break their fucking heart. So that's what we have here. Then her Saturn card is a 9 of clubs. And right there, that's where she's annoying. That's where she gets annoying, right there. Still dealing with this sty in my eye. Shit. But that's where she gets annoying. The 9 of clubs is the overthinking, overanalyzing, overtalking. Cannot not say what needs to be said or what it feels needs to be said at the wrong time. She doesn't know how to. Nine of Clubs says too much. It says too much. And we live in a world that people are sensitive. You can't say everything that's on your mind. And I'm not going to be totally even mad at her for that. You know what I mean? I'm not, if you feel a certain way, I'm the kind of person, if you feel a certain way, say it. But most people, although they say that, they're not like that. Most people are very sensitive. Most people, if you say what you really on your mind you need to see said, they're not going to like it. They're just not. And when you don't have a filter, you're going to run into that. Her Pluto card is the King of Hearts. The King of Hearts needs to be loved. It needs to give love. But with that being in the Pluto position, that says she has a love position way underneath it all, but it's hard for her to show it. Having the King of Hearts, even though with the Jack of Hearts and Jupiter, she can express love. See, Jupiter is expression. Jupiter is what you see. It's like, hey, it's out there. It's what you're gonna feel. Pluto is what's inside. And so with her having a Jack of Hearts and Jupiter, it's what she can express to give and receive her benefits, and rewards in life. But when you have a King of Hearts and Pluto, that shows to where she has a hard time showing it. I mean, feeling it and bringing it out. The genuine love. Jack of Hearts is a teenager. Jack cards don't mean it. The Jack is a teenager. It's just like, think of a teenager when you think of any Jack. Any of the 4 Jacks. Jack of Spades, Jack of Clubs, Jack of Diamonds, Jack of Hearts. It kind of just can fuck around. The King of Hearts really means it. And with that being in her Pluto position, Amanda Seales has a very, very, very difficult time showing her genuine love. It's suppressed. I'm sure people she's been with, she's had issues. The way she felt about these people was probably way grander than what she was able to express to these people. Because when it comes to expressing her genuine emotions, that's a challenge for the Ace of Spades people. And that's part of the reason why Ace of Spades people hide behind, like, as an Ace of Spades, when she's playing a character, she can express all day through her characters. Ace of Spades people love playing characters. They can express all day through character. But when it comes to that genuine, real life person they are, not the character, it's a struggle. Because that character is that Saturn card, not a clubs. It's very complicated. High expectations. She has expectations for herself that are extremely high. And her extremely high expectations for herself bleed on to the people around her. And that's why she can't get along with no goddamn body. She wants people to be perfect. And she herself ain't perfect. And she herself ain't even striving towards, she's striving towards being perfect, but she got to understand she can never be perfect. And none of us can ever be perfect. We got to be who the fuck we are. And instead of her talking about not caring, she has to genuinely not care. You could tell she does care because she's always talking about not caring. If you always got to tell the world you don't care, I don't need to be accepted, but you turn around saying, don't nobody accept me, don't nobody care about me, it's because you have a yearning for acceptance and care. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a human trait. We all have a yearning on some level for acceptance and care. Just be honest about it. Because if you're honest about it, you can then play your cards to more your advantage. Her cards are playing her in this area. This is where she's being played by her cards. Let me tell you something. The cards are going to play in life. The cards are going to play. Either you gonna play these motherfuckers, or they're gonna play you. But they're gonna be paid either way. Ooh, a little card I just pulled, a 6 of Hearts. That's her cosmic lesson cards. That means her lesson in life is to slow down and take account of things. The positive, the balance, the good and the bad, the positive and the negative. That's what she needs to be doing. She needs to be balancing herself, but she gets too negatively focused. When she starts to slow down, when she decides to start slowing down and taking account, and really get to that positiveness and within her, she'll balance out, you know, and I think she'll start to see more greatness come out of her because, again, she's a supremely talented woman. Great question, Asia. How do you get a reading from me? What you do is you go to breakthroughcards.com and then you click book now. And I have multiple programs now. I have my my mini readings, 30-minute readings, 60-minute readings, relationship counseling package. And also now I just put up my membership. I'm about to put up some more. But I just actually got 2 enrollees because people have been asking me about, a few of my more recent reading clients have been asking me about more consistent, really getting down into your cards. So I just created this 3-month coaching program where we can really go into your cards, high side and low side. And if you really want to get through, you know, working through your issues, working through your cards, that's a more intensive program I have. But we also have the one-time readings, 30-minute reading, hour reading, 2 reading package. If you want to get 2 back-to-back, boom-de wham, boom-de-bam, we got all that at breakthroughcards.com. So the cool thing about reading is you cut through the bullshit, honestly. That's the people always ask, what's the ultimate benefit of reading? The ultimate benefit of getting a reading is you cut through the bullshit. We go through our lives stumbling and mumbling. Who am I? What am I good at? What do I like to do? Why can't I get along with these people? What kind of relationship is good for me? We go through that stumbling. We all have a 13-card spread. The sooner you get your cards read and understand your cards and learn how to play your cards, the less time you spend stumbling and bumbling through the same issues over and over and over again. You get to the point, you get to the nitty-gritty, and you move on. You know, that's one thing that took me from Breakthrough Advocacy Services to Breakthrough Cards. When I first started this journey, I was on Breakthrough Advocacy Services. You know what I mean? I was doing IEP support, relationship coaching, talking about it the more traditional way. This is how I started. Talking about the shit a more traditional way. And then I said, you know what? These cards, it works a lot faster when you pull these cards out. So that's what I did it that way for. It's like, okay, the old way was I'm with people 9 months, a year. This way, 1-2 sessions, or if you go through my 3-month program, you really gonna be straight. So that's what we do here. And for those of you just tuning in, this is what we're doing. Cardology. What is cardology? Ancient system that uses playing cards to decode your life path, personality traits, talents, relationships, and challenges. And also how to get over those challenges, all right? So that's what we're doing right here. As I'm reading. So if you just now tuning in, like, what the fuck is he doing? This is what I'm doing. 52 cards in a playing deck equals 52 weeks per year in the calendar, 4 seasons a year, 4 suites in the deck, hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. Each season is 13 weeks, 13 cards in the suite, 12 months in the year, 12 royal face cards, jacks, kings, and queens, 365 days a year, 52 playing cards times 7, 364, plus a joker is 365. 12 royal face cards equals the 12 months of the year and the hours, the day and night, the deck. Each suite represents a different season in the year. The 4 elements of life, earth, air, water, and fire. The 4 basic laws of physics, matter, energy, motion, and force. All of that is all coded within the shit you just played blackjack with. And don't get it twisted. It's not just cards, motherfuckers. I also read dice. They do the same thing. And dominoes. So if you think I'm weird for reading cards, hold your motherfucking horses. I'll read dominoes and dice too. But today we're just focused on the cards. All right. So, um, so, yeah. Let's anybody in there saying dumb shit, mods, you know what to do. You say you need some bars. I don't rap. But if you want some drum beats, you can also go to DewanB.com. If you want some live drums, person in the chat room, you go to DewanB.com and then go to shop, and then you can buy some of my sample packs. You can buy one of my t-shirts or my hoodies. You could also buy my sample packs. I got live drum loops, funk and disco loops, soul beat loops, and Afro beat loops. All of my live drum sets. So if you want some beats, you can go to DewanB.com right now and download my live drum sample pack. A one-stop shop, baby. So, you said, what card are you? 5'2"? Your birthday is 5'2". What you need to do is, want to know your card, go to breakthroughcards.com, scroll down there to the bottom of the page, and then select your birthday on my birthday calendar at breakthroughcards.com and find your birthday right there. So that's what's going on with Amanda's cards. So if I were to say anything overall with Amanda Seales, she has to find out who she is and really who she is. And because right now, unless they're caught, she's caught all in her ego. And whoa, I just saw something here. Woo, what did we just see here? I'm pulling up Issa Rae's cards, but why does Amanda Seales have an issue with Issa? Ooh, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? I can see the issue in their relationship right now. Issa is a two of spades. The two of spades is the shadow card of the ace of spades. What do I mean by shadow? Another thing you get in card reading is when you come back for your second reading, or I can do it for the first reading if that's what you want. But I also do shadow readings. If you've ever come to me for a reading before, I've given you a reading on your sun card. When it's time for you to return for another reading, you're going to get a reading on your shadow card. Your shadow card is who you are, that thing that's always right behind you. Your shadow, that thing you are always running from, you can't run too far from. We all have a shadow. We all have a side of us that we call our dark side, or our evil side, or our other side. That's our shadow card. And Issa is Amanda Seales' shadow card. So Issa represents a lot of things that Amanda's running from in her own self. There's something about Issa that annoys Amanda. You can see it. I can tell right now in the cards. I made a post about Issa Rae yesterday that I might have to take down, because if she is annoyed by Amanda, I can see why. I mean, because Amanda, she represents the quality. She represents Amanda's dark qualities. And understand this: dark and light is relative. It's a relative statement. Okay. We're all put here to live out a certain purpose, and that purpose is lived out through our sun card. The sun card can be the same way as your sun sign. I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini, king of clubs. Amanda is Cancer, ace of spades. And the shadow, it's like she represents she represents the shadow on 2 points, from 2 points. One, she's a shadow card. Two, Issa's a Capricorn. Capricorn is the moon, is the opposite axis of Cancer. Cancer is the head of that. They're on they're on opposite ends of the axis. So Issa being a two of spades, her card is all about community and partnership. That's why she got the big butt also. And I would say she's done a good job, with I don't like her show, but what I like doesn't matter because I also accept my weirdness. I'm also a weird ass nigga. I don't be liking the conventional shit most of you niggas like. If most people like some shit that's popular, it's a good chance I won't because most popular stuff is bullshit, in my opinion. But it don't make me right, don't make you wrong. But Issa being a two of spades, she's natural with working with people. But as a two of spades, she can only work with who she can work with. The same way a two of spades can partner with people and work with people, if they off you, they off you. Two of spades cannot do imbalance. The only way a two of spades is gonna work with you is if it's balanced, equally yoked, they can trust on you. It's a certain balance two of spades gotta work with. If the two of spades gets that balance with you, they can work with you forever. But the minute they feel that imbalance, the same way they can work with you is the same way they'll cut you off so goddamn fast and never work with you again. So that is also Amanda's shadow self. Amanda, see, in her sun card, Ace of Spades people like to feel like they could do it by themselves. They like being alone. They like being the face. They're the ones who like I got it myself. But in their shadow, when no one is looking, when they're looking over their shoulder, they know they need other people. They know they need work, help. They know they need community and partnership. But Ace of Spades people like to be the one that, look at me, I did this. But in their shadow, see, the thing is, the reason why you need a shadow reading is because it's not about, most of us run from our shadow. It's not about running from your shadow. You have to turn into your shadow and embrace your shadow. And you fuse your shadow with yourself and do the fusion of that person you've been running from. When you turn around and lean into that shadow, you can learn how to work with that shadow and use that shadow of yours to make yourself the best person you can be. We all need to be combining both sides of ourselves, our high side, our low side, our good and bad, our light and dark, our sun and shadow. It's all about the fusion of the two. And card readings teach you how to fuse the two aspects of your personality. And so you can work together because sometimes you need to bust on the bitch. You dig? Ain't nothing wrong with your shadow side. Yeah, your shadow side, your darkness. But sometimes you got to show your darkness to put a motherfucker in check, especially when they don't respect your light. Hold on. Let me get the music going. Don't be a hoe. 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 Don't be a hoe and run from yourself. Lean into yourself. Don't run from yourself. Don't do that whole shit. That aspect of yourself that you're running from is what's going to help you get to where you need to go, get there faster. Don't be afraid of your dark side. Lean into it. Because everybody don't deserve your light. And the sooner you lean into your dark side, the sooner you learn how to control your dark side. And when you learn how to control your dark side, you can control it in the motherfucker's ass when they fuck with you. But if you don't learn to control your darkness, if you run from your dark, like I'm like, what's wrong with people? Nobody likes me. It ain't me. It ain't me. It ain't me. It is you. Lean into it. Find out what it is. That way you can release that aspect of you on the people who deserve it. And show the sun, the light, and the beauty to the people who deserve it. We need to show the love to the people who deserve the love and show the darkness to the motherfuckers who earned it. America done taught motherfuckers to run from their shadow side, run from their darkness. Don't run from that shit, nigga. You better lean into your darkness. Show niggas, your shadow side is a person that's funny. Show nigga 420. Your shadow self is a nigga that actually has jokes. Cause the sun don't. You dig. So that's what it's about. It's about when you learn your shadow self, when you learn your dark side, you can then use it to your advantage and cut motherfuckers' heads off who deserve it. But if you don't use it to your advantage, you end up fucking over the wrong people. You end up fucking over people who love you. You end up fucking over people who care about you. You did? You end up doing these things by mistake. Don't be a hoe. 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 Don't be a goddamn hoe. Lean into your love and lean into your darkness. Lean into it. Now let's go more into Issa. Because Issa, I see why she annoys Amanda Seales. She represents Amanda's shadow. Another reason why it's good to get a card reading. You'll get to know why certain people annoy you too. You will. You'll get to know why and how to avoid these motherfuckers too. So, hey, chat room, chill. Ah, y'all niggas are stupid. The singing people, that's right. So, Issa Rae being a two of clubs, two of spades is Issa Rae's sun card, and her shadow card is a three of clubs, three of spades. I mean, but her sun card, she has that Jupiter Queen of Hearts. Oh, Issa, I see. Ooh, ooh. Amanda hurt Issa. And I'm going to tell you where Amanda hurt Issa Rae. Issa Rae has a Queen of Hearts in her Jupiter card. You know what that tells me? Issa Rae is somebody who loves to please people. With her having a Jupiter card of a Queen of Hearts, her blessings is in blessing people and helping people. And she has an Eight of Hearts in her Mercury. Oh yeah, Issa's a people pleaser. She wants people to be good. And she wants to look out for people. There was something that probably went on with Amanda Seales being the Ace of Spades. I'm sure that there was something that happened to where maybe Issa didn't feel appreciated. You know? And maybe, and with her being with her having that eight of hearts, she's not somebody that's going to be direct. Oh, 10 of clubs Saturn? That means Issa Rae's not a direct person. She's not going to directly tell Amanda what happened. Whatever happened that broke her heart, her being in 10 of clubs in that Saturn, yeah, she had to play around. The 10 of clubs got to show, a positive faith. They got to show that they got the 10 of clubs is the card of showing like it has everything in check. And it usually does. It's the card of the studio. It's the card of the creator. And so Issa is a natural born creator. She's a for real creator. That 10 of clubs likes to create in studios. And let me go to their combination card. Let's see why their friendship didn't work. Ace of Spades and two of Spades. What's a combination card? This is why they don't get along. They have a 3 of Diamonds combination card. Let me put up a 3 of Diamonds card for you guys. Let me pull up a 3 of Diamonds combination card for you guys. Again, book your readings at breakthroughcards.com. Book your readings at breakthroughcards.com. Is worth the investment in yourself because you get past all the bullshit and you get to see why you are who you are the way you are. And you get right to the nitty motherfucking gritty. Okay, their combination card is a 3 of Diamonds. And Amanda is the Mercury to the combination. So that tells me Amanda is the person that was in control of the dynamic. Even though Issa was the boss, the personal dynamic, the fracture in the relationship came on Amanda's side, not Issa's. I can tell you that right here just based on the card. And it was based on something Amanda said. If I were to put 2 ladies down in the room, I could fix it. We can get to the bottom of their issues in 2 sessions. Well, to the bottom of 1 session. And then 2 more sessions to clean up and solve. But one thing about me, when you come to me for a reading, I don't just bring up and unearth issues. We talk about solutions in this bitch. But we can get right to the bottom of their relationship down there right there. It's not a petty 3 of Diamonds relationship, meaning they won on a high level, on the high vibration of their card, they make money together. The 3 of Diamonds makes money. It's a money-making card. When you have a 3 of Diamonds composite relationship with somebody, that's a relationship that has the potential to make a lot of money. On the downside of that card, that relationship, it's just a card that can be very petty. And the money can sometimes not be worth the petty issues that you deal with in a 3 of Diamonds relationship. And with an Ace of Spades being the Mercury card, that tells you the relationship is based on lies and deception. Ace of Spades, again, the card of deception. Their dynamic is based off money, but the communication of the relationship, how they talk, was deceptive. Neither one of them were 100 with each other. I can tell you that right now. They both kind of played it fake. They have a 7 of Hearts Venus dynamic. That tells you that their dynamic works good in public. It's a dynamic that people like to see together. I didn't watch Insecure, so I don't know how they are on camera, but anybody in the chat room watch Insecure? If you watched it, that tells me that when they were on camera together, the dynamics were good. They looked good on camera. Like the dynamics were they optically. But underneath the 7 of Hearts, the 7 of Hearts looks good on the surface, but underneath the surface, it pushes the boundaries. It be underneath the surface, it's a line stepper, a habitual line stepper. You did. So, yeah, it's a line stepper. And then you got that 7 of Diamonds, Mars. That tells you their conflict. Money was, if it wasn't a conflict in their relationship, it was going to be a conflict in their relationship coming up. Somebody was going to have a money issue with the other person at some point. So maybe it is good that they broke off the way it got broken off like now. Because had that relationship stayed together, it was gonna money talk was definitely a coming. Jupiter 5 of spades. That means that's the abrupt ending. Jupiter 5 of spades is the card of the abrupt ending. Yeah. Nigga said two mammies is not attract. Can you niggas focus? But yeah, King of Diamonds lesson. That means material values. They have a difference in values. Oh, Jack of Hearts Saturn card. Yeah. Yeah. Fake in the world, fake in public. Jack of Hearts as a Saturn card, that's a performative card again. It looks good, it looks a certain way to the people. It's an emotional connection to the people. But underneath it's full of shit. Oh shit. Their relationship dynamic is crazy. But yeah. Herc, you know if you're in the chat, I know you sent me an email for a question I was gonna read. Let me know if you're in the chat and give me that person's birthday if you are. If you're not in the chat, I'll do it on the next show. But we'll ultimately the dynamic between these two is a dynamic that is and always going to be filled with petty differences, petty problems. Whenever people come to me for a reading and they have a concern about a coworker, I did a reading like last week where like towards the end, because once I'm done in the hour reading is the best reading because I'll be done with your reading for about 40 minutes in, and you'll have usually about 20 minutes to ask questions and get other things done. And so I had an hour reading last week, and I was done with the person, like for the most part, their sun card and shadow card in about 45 minutes. And so I started answering questions, and they had an issue about a coworker. So they had that coworker's birthday. And again, if you have a question for me about somebody else, please have that person's birthday. Or if you don't have that person's birthday, at least know how to properly spell their name. If you can properly spell their name for me, I can look up their card, do the spelling of their name. But anyway, they had an issue with this coworker, and they had a similar dynamic, a three of diamonds relationship with this coworker. And I was like, oh yeah, this coworker undermined you. I read it and I was reading their chart. I was like, oh yeah, they snuffed you out of projects that you put together, but it was big, but not big enough for you to make it big. And they were like, yo, we was talking about their whole workplace dynamic based off of their combination card being a three of diamonds. Another benefit to coming and getting a reading, you get right through the bullshit. But anyway, these two, Issa and Amanda Seals, yeah, I'm sure Issa annoys Amanda in a lot of ways, but not so much in an overt way. And it could be in an overt way, but very subconsciously. I'm sure that there was a point to where they were like, yeah, I don't like this, and didn't know why. There's a point to where Issa was like, I don't like this girl. I don't even know why I don't like her. And then I'm sure with that Ace of Spades personality Amanda has, she says something, because Ace of Spades will push some motherfucking boundaries on your ass. Also, Linus in the chat room, Dr. Sins. Okay, Herc, you back. Herc Herc had a question about a sister that was I didn't read the email because I don't really like to get, when I do reading, I don't like to get too deep into certain stories because I have my own PTSD from dealing with people and children out there on the streets. So I don't get too much into stories. But hey, Herc, in the chat room real quick. Can you call in? Kevin says she pulled the light skin card. Hey, Herc, in the chat room, can you call in? Let me know if you can call in. Let me know if you can call in, then we'll get in and then we'll read that situation real quick. Let me know if you can call in. 323-744-7425. I only want Herc calling in right now. I'll open the phone line up to the rest of y'all if after this. But finishing off with Issa and Amanda Seales, they don't have a dynamic that's conducive to a long-term friction-free partnership. There's friction in their relationship, and it's friction because they have cards that don't really match in some ways. They match. Well, I take it back. They do match, but in order for their cards to match, because with Issa being Amanda's shadow card, Amanda would have to lean into her shadow and embrace her dark side, embrace the fact that people don't get along with her. She'd have to totally embrace it. Amanda's conflict is she's running from herself. She's running from who she is. She's running from the villain. She already is the villain in so many ways. She might as well be it and lean into it. She'll get a lot more love that way, the love that she's seeking, by being honest about what it is. But call in her real quick, 323-744-7425. So yeah, it's because I want people to know what you're talking about. What's up, Herc? That's you?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
bro. So what's going on? Tell us about this situation you want us to read real quick.
Well, okay. It's unfortunate, tragic situation of a young lady by the name of Miss Shadi Robinson. I'm sure it was kind of like broadcasted all over social media. To get more to the point, she basically hooked up on an app with a white guy that was like 12 years older than her. She was 19, he was 33. And they hooked up on a date. And they met at a couple of restaurants. And then allegedly, or it appears that he basically deleted her. Not only did he delete her, he basically, chopped her body up with a saw.
So,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Right. So we have this issue with. I just kind of want to take time to address some concerns, because we have this social media and this social media divestiture movement, and it appears that this young lady may have been influenced by the divestiture movement. Because she had a whole lot going for her. She was 19 years old. She graduated high school with honors and graduated early, so the reports read. In addition to that, she was about to finish up at a JC with a criminal justice degree, and she was thinking about going to the Air Force. So she had a whole life ahead of her, and she
when did this happen?
This happened on April 1st of 2024. So she went out with this guy April 21st, 2024, and went missing on April 2nd, 2024. Okay. And I think and her body parts were found.
Okay, I get it. I don't want to go too deep into it, just from my own personal stuff. But everybody we get the So this woman was basically with this dude. Let's go into her cards and see what happened.
Right.
Oh yeah, she was This is I'm in her 7-week spread right now. Ace of Spades. Remember before I told you guys the card of death is Ace of Spades? Remember when I said that?
Right. Ace of Spades. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you said it's a sign of death.
Look at her Pluto card for the 7-week spread that she's in. Ace of Spades. And the 5 of Spades is the card of sudden death. Usually when people are murdered, they have a 5 of Spades somewhere in their deck. Nipsey had a 5 of Spades in his deck. If you go back to some shows I did a couple years ago, Kobe had a 5 of Spades in his deck. His 7-week spread when he died. Nipsey had a 5 of Spades in his spread when he died. Trayvon Martin had a 5 of Spades in his spread when I went back and looked at his death. Usually, people who had a 5 of Spades in their deck, they died and it was sudden. And then Ace of Spades, whenever a 5 of Spades and an Ace of Spades come up in the same spread, there's going to be a major death, either a physical death, death of an issue, death of a problem, death of an era of your life, ending of a relationship, ending of a business. Something is about to stop when you get the Ace of Spades, 5 of Spades combination. Most of the time, it isn't physical death. We don't like when it's physical death. Usually, the Ace of Spades, 5 of Spades combination but it always represents a sudden end to something. And wow, and this sister was with that. Do you know the guys? Did they catch the person who did it?
Yes, he's in custody, but
What's his
he's
name?
on $5 million. Anderson Maxwell.
Anderson Maxwell. It says his. Let me see if I can find his birthday. I found him because I was gonna see what's in his cards.
Right.
I don't see his birthday.
Yeah, he's 33 years old.
Yeah, but I don't see his birthday.
Right.
We'll find it when he gets booked. I'll probably have to do another whole show on that. But wow, man. So yeah, so the sister. But I'm glad you brought that up because I just think overall people got to be aware. We have to let our children know and let people know that it's not a game out here when it comes to race. These people out here doing what they do, and you know we're dealing with groups of people out there there are people out there who catfish for these reasons. And I'm not saying all black people are innocent. We don't ever want to think that because you know can't no snake bite you. You know, some black snake bite just like a white snake, like Thurgood Marshall said. But at the same time, when we're dealing with other groups of people, especially white men, black women, you raising the livelihood is always saying.
Yeah, due to the historical bad blood, you know, between the races, you know, that's another issue. You know, in addition to that, you know, they're trying to say that this is not a crime of race, this is not a hate crime, which I believe it is.
We don't get into that. I hear what they're saying, brother, but you know they're gonna do it. We know they're gonna do it. That's their job to say that. We gotta expect them to say that. That's why we just gotta be out there to be the ones that's creating the narrative. Because they're gonna say it's not a hate crime. They're gonna say he's a lone wolf. You know the tropes, brother. They're gonna say it wasn't about race. They're gonna bring up whatever bad issues she had. Any good they can find on him, they're gonna highlight it. We gotta stay the course and stay focused.
But what's even more disturbing to me is that black women are coming out and trying to say that trope. They're trying to say it's not an issue about race. You have the
I don't want to get too deep into it.
Yeah.
Because I want to stay on the same other tone. I want to talk about it and get into it. But even then, brother, understand the media, the algorithms are going to favor the people who are our enemies. Don't let the algorithms discourage you, okay?
Yeah.
Don't let the algorithms discourage you because there's a lot of good people out there like you who do care, okay?
That's true. Yeah, it's a personal. It kind of hits home personally to me. I have a daughter that's 25 years old, and she's trying to do things and get out there and spread her wings and stuff. I'm a little protective of her, And it's just one of those things to where yeah, it hits home, because I'm very protective of my daughter, and I just wish somebody had been protective of this young lady as well. 19 years old. That's it's kind of sad to see something like that happen.
Yeah,
So
man.
young
So
and with so much
it's so
to
much,
live for.
man. But
Hmm.
thanks for giving us a call, right?
Okay, bro. Yeah. Appreciate
All right,
it,
man.
and I
You have a good one.
appreciate you taking the time out for this too.
Yes,
Bye.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peace.
Yeah, Shotty Robinson. And remember this, people. Everybody's living out their cards, okay? People come here and things happen that are beyond our explanation. I don't know why this happened to this sister. I don't know why that man did it. But fact is, we got to continue to play our own cards out. Understand that everybody's here for their own purpose. Everybody's soul got his own time on this planet. You know what I mean? Some of us got 89 years. Some of us got 69 years. Some of us only got 9 years. And none of us know. But we're aware. But when that time comes, man, live your life to the fullest. And that goes in line with what we're talking about with this show today, talking about the beef between Issa and Amanda. And about Amanda Seales. You can't live your life in regret. You got to live your life to the fullest. You don't know when this shit's going to end. If I were to read those sisters, I would just tell them, you know what? Play your cards out. Amanda, face yourself. Be honest with yourself. You dig? Be upfront with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Lean into who you really are. And if I'm looking at at Issa Rae, like, work with, it's like it's okay to not work with people if you don't want to work with them. Issa's issue, one thing I said about Issa, looking at her cards, she has a 6 of spades in Mars. That's the card of procrastination. The fact that she's done so much lets you know that she's done a really good job pushing through her Mars. And she's somebody that wants to help people. But at the same time, that's a card that is easily hurt. And through being hurt, it can make rash decisions and hurt people. So she's somebody that needs to just tap into herself spiritually. Don't be so judgmental. 10 of spades, 10 of clubs, Saturn. Issa's a very judgmental person, like a motherfucker, judging herself more than all. That's where Issa and Amanda combine. They got two of the most judgmental cards in the deck. 9 of clubs, 10 of clubs. The difference is 9 of clubs don't think nobody's good enough, nothing's enough. The 10 of clubs don't think it's shit stink. Yeah. But yeah. Y'all want to get your cards read? Go to breakthroughcards.com. This is what I'll be doing this week. Hit me up. Hit me up on the $50 mini readings are available 7 days a week or 6 days a week now. If you want me to give you a quick read, I could take the first 4 people. I'll take 3. Hit the Cash App. I'll take 3 people right real quick. And I'm only gonna wait a minute for them 3 people because I'm ready to go. Oh, and also tonight we're gonna have some incense and ashtrays. We're going to be playing some music tonight. All right. We are going to be playing some music tonight. Right here. I don't have a show tonight. I don't have to get out. So since I ain't got a show tonight, we will be playing some music right here on Mixcloud and on Twitter. You got 30 seconds to hit me with the Cash App for a read. Now I'm logging off this motherfucker because I'm ready to go. We got some, I think I'm gonna do a Mixcloud around like 7:30 or 8 tonight, Pacific time. Sometime in that pocket, we're gonna do a read. We're gonna do. Okay, I just got a Cash App. I just got a Cash App. Let's see here. Your birthday is 5/19/1984. All right. Oh, you got Malcolm X's birthday. King of Clubs. The greatest card in the deck. You got the best card in the deck. My favorite card, at least. King of Clubs, 519. You have to focus on what you want and be very clear, be very clear, be very clear, be very clear on your intentions. Your intentions are everything. What you're clear on, what you get, what you focus on. Focus, 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 focus. Focus, 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 focus. Focus, focus, focus. King of Clubs. You have a lot of things you be around. You be around everything. You're good at a lot of things. You do a lot of things. But you have an issue with being focused. Focus. All right? I'm going to say that again. Focus. When you have laser-like focus, you get Malcolm X style results. All right? All right, cool. So, Jean, okay. Yeah, I got Jean Grey, 7/19/72. I got space for two more. Oh, 7/19, Jean Grey, 72. Okay, cool. You are 9 of clubs. Overthinking. Again, overthinking. Overthinking is your Achilles heel. Nothing being good enough. Your card, Jean, is a 9 of clubs. Things aren't good enough for you. You have to get to the point to where you get satisfied. Okay? Get satisfied with your creations. You're extremely smart, extremely intelligent. You see things before they happen, but other people don't see things as fast as you see things. So you get frustrated when other people don't see things as quick as you do. And since you have such a high expectation of these people and other people, when you talk, you can tend to talk in ways that can make people feel a certain way. So you're going to pull back on how you talk, watch how you talk to folks, because it's not that you have bad intentions. It's just that you can come off in a way that's smug as a 9 of clubs. You can come off as a know-it-all, although you may not necessarily be speaking from that intention. Okay, understand that that's a challenge for you, and so make sure you pull back and relax your expectations and temper your expectations of others. Gene, please temper your expectations of others. All right. Famously Blacker with the super chat. Much love, much appreciated. G, your birthday is 7/29/69. 07/29/1969. And then after you, we're going to have Danae in the Cash App. Oh, G, you are a July 29th. You are July 29th, G. So let's go into your card. And then after Danae, we're going to get Gambino. Okay, let's go into your birthday. Where did it go? Where did your birthday? Which way did it go? Which way did it go? All right. Your birthday? No. No. 729. This ain't 729. Where did 729 go? Let me hold on, 729. Let me get your birthday up here. Which way did it go? God damn it. There we go. There we go. G super chat 729. You are a queen of hearts. That means you dealt with a lot of emotional strife early on as a child that put you through and a young person that put you through the ringer. And you dealt with a hell of a lot in your 20s, in your late 20s into your 30s that could have broken the average person, but you found a way to get through it. Your key in life is to make sure that your emotional boot camp that you went through in your life, that you use it as a source of motivation and a source of strength, because you're unbreakable emotionally. You're an unbreakable person. In spite of what's going on in your life, you still have an open heart for other people. You still love other people, and you still somebody that can give your shirt off your back because you found a way to not go into complete bitterness. Queen of Hearts people, the downside of the Queen of Hearts when they go through what they're going through is complete stone heart bitterness. But you're somebody who didn't choose that route. You've chosen the route to, regardless of what you've gone through, you're still somebody that you love. But what you have to avoid is loving the wrong people. Make sure you love the people who deserve your love, because you know how to love beyond understanding. You often give your love to people who do not deserve the level of love that you give. So one thing that's going to help you is making sure that you protect your heart first, okay? And love the people who deserve the love that you have to offer. And don't waste it on the people who just take your love for granted, because that's what's going to lead to bitterness. And if you've ever been bitter before, that's what it was over. It was over somebody taking your love for granted. Understand, people who take your love for granted are people who don't have enough love in their own heart to receive what you have to give, all right? So please, please, please understand that. All right? All right, now in the Cash App, we got Danae. I see Danae, you hit, let me see your birthday. Let me see if you put your birthday here. Do you know what today is? Okay, it's 8/4. 08/04 1981. The greatest year of all time. The greatest year of all time. 1981, that's 10 plus 8, 18 plus 1, that's 19. So 1981 is a 9 of clubs year? 8 of clubs year? Let's see here. Do you know today is? All right, the name in the chat room, August 4th, 1981. Your birthday, you are at 9 of diamonds. That means you hold people around you to the highest of standards. People can't fuck around when it comes to you, Danae, right? Yeah. People around you, they better have their shit together, and because you have stuff together. You have a high expectation of yourself. All your T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and those around you must be the same. But this is what you got to understand, that you have a very good eye for supreme value. Understand that your eye for value and monetary value and tangible value is more keen than most. And most people will not have your eye for value. So you cannot expect that from them, okay? You have to also, like I said with the Nine of Clubs person earlier, They have their thoughts. They got to settle down in their thoughts. You got to settle down in your pursuit of things and be content. Know that you'll never have enough. Know that there'll never be enough. It'll never be all the way you want it to be. So you have to get to the point to where you get to contentment and settlement, to where you know when it's what you want, be okay with that. Because what you want, perfection doesn't exist in nobody, especially in yourself. And you hold yourself to an extremely perfect standard. You can't be perfect. You went through a lot of issues as a young person trying to be perfect. You had Venus clubs, tour clubs. That means there's a feminine presence in your life that talk to you very sternly, very aggressively. Or I don't know if it was stern or aggressive, but they held you. You had a feminine person in your life, whether it be there's a mother, aunt, or grandmother that really held you to a high standard, and that really talked to you very sternly. You got a male presence in your life that was very kingly, godly, like very authoritative. King of clubs, very authoritative. You deal with people authoritatively. And so just understand that you got to learn how to work through your heart space a little bit more. Your Saturn card is a full heart. That's telling you that you have to learn how to work more through your heart space as you move forward, working with yourself and working with other people, okay? That's what's going to help you get through this life, opening up and learning through and working through that heart space a little bit more. I'm going to get to you, Daryl Cotton, but I have to get to this next Cash App that came in before you. It is 11/15/1990. 5 of clubs. 5 of clubs. Let's go into your card, 5 of clubs. Oh, you said true? Over did that help? 5 of clubs. November 15th, 1990. Very talented, very smart, very undecisive. You're an overthinker, to where, unlike the 9 of clubs is one where they overly judging. 5 of clubs, you think lower of yourself too much in your ideas. You'll have the most genius, dope shit and then disregard it and not give it the full love and attention it deserves because you have an issue with lowering the value of your creations. And you don't even understand how valuable your creations are and how good you are at so many different things. You just kind of see it as whatever when, you got the juice. As a 5 of clubs, you got to get to the point to where you, make a decision and run with it. Because you also have the card of depression. When you overthink yourself, you get depressed. You just think, and you get lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. You corkscrew your mind into these holes and these sunken places. And usually over nothing. Usually it's over things that you've done right, things that you didn't make a mistake on, but since it wasn't the way you wanted it to be, you can overthink it. You got to learn how to let that kind of stuff go. You're going to have to learn how to let that go. Letting go is going to help you out. Letting go and focus. But focus is doubly hard for you because you have a 5 of spades Saturn. You got like a lot of cards in your deck that make it hard to focus. And that's where your greatness is, in focus. You have a Mars card. Yeah, that's Ace of clubs, Ace of spades, and Venus. That means you have the ability to morph into whatever you want to be. If you ain't feeling a certain way, adopt a moniker, adopt a character, adopt something that represents that thing that you're doing and work under that. That's one thing that's the 5 of clubs you can do. You can adopt different personalities and live and thrive under each personality. Use those personality differences for your advantage. Then you have a King of Hearts is your lesson. Your lesson in life is to show you that your King of Hearts, unbreakable. Compassion, godly like compassion, openness. You got to get past selfish. 5 of clubs can tend to be very selfish. You got to get over your selfishness if that's part of what you're dealing with, and get to a point to where you open your heart more and give more. You're a good person, but you work through the selfishness. The Ace of Spades and Venus makes you want to be selfish. So yeah, you said he's reading my card. He said, "God of War is dead." Yeah. So that's what it is. You and you're creative. Just trust your creations. Be confident in your creations, okay? All right. Daryl Cotton says 7/12/1990. Three of Diamonds. We was talking about this card earlier. Three of Diamonds. That means Three of Diamonds, Daryl. When you was younger, you was a rebel rouser. You didn't mind starting some shit. You dig? Three of Diamonds come in, they disrupt shit when they come in. It's like everything being be peaceful. Then here come Three of Diamonds, shaking shit up. You unearth things. That's a talent of yours. You gotta. When you're younger, you just misunderstood, and it's not a child's place to disrupt things. So that's why you got in trouble. You weren't disrupting because you were a bad kid or a bad kid or a bad person. You just kind of see things, and you know, Three of Diamonds just come in, and especially in your 20s. You was a motherfucker in your 20s. It's Three of Diamonds. You was a line stepper, habitual line stepper. You did not mind stepping on some goddamn lines. July 12th, 1990. Then as you got into your late 20s, early 30s, you calm down, settle down, and you're a person that as you go into the part of your life that you're in right now in your 30s, you're settling down and you're about your money. One thing about you is the Seven Diamonds of Mars, you are about your money. Your money relies in your ability to create things, and then when you realize something isn't working, no longer works for you, letting it go. Got to let things go that don't work for you. Fast too. Let it go quick, fast, and in a hurry. Oh, you were dealing with that as a child? Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I saw in your cards, Gabino, that you was some traumatic stuff that went on. I saw that in your cards. I didn't know what it was, but it was in your cards. It was in your cards, yeah. But keep trudging through, my brother, all right? All right, back to the 7/12, Three of Diamonds. King of Diamonds, Cosmic Lesson. Handle your business. Three of Diamonds, Donald Trump, Puffy, Janet Jackson, Bill Cosby. Those are all Three of Diamonds people. Whatever you go through, bring it back to your business. Handle your business and do your business on the highest level. All right? Also, Ben E. Birthday is 9/17/1982. All right, let's go. Seven of Clubs. The rebel rouser, the war starter. Seven of Clubs is somebody who does not mind getting things cracking with their words. You better be on point around the Seven of Clubs, because around you, Ben, with your birthday, Ben, would you been a Seven of Clubs September 17th? Man, you are the kind of person that you're gonna hold people to what they say. I don't know why people mess with you. You are the person that, yeah, you ain't really want to be messed with like that. You somebody that people better be who the hell they say they are around you. You have to make sure you rely on your spiritual nature, okay? because you're very smart. You could also be very, say things. You got to trust your spirit because you're a very analytical person in a lot of ways. Because you analyze and you see multiple outcomes, with you also being a 7, any 7 has to trust his spirit for the final answer. And you have a 7 of spades in your Saturn card. So you have to have some kind of spiritual practice that really gets you encased and really connected to when you know your spirit is talking to you. Again, because you are so intelligent, because you do think ahead, your spirit is going to be the final answer. Yeah. He's like, you never, yeah, can you get along with Gemini? You're right. I'm not going to give any bad. I don't give up any detrimental information to nobody. If you trust me with giving your birthday in front of people, I'm not going to say anything that's going to be embarrassing, or if somebody who could be watching the show know who you are, I'm not going to say anything that's going to put yourself out there like that. I just want to help people with their, read, the pitfalls and how they can solve them without going into any details. Now, if you want the details, you got to come to me for a reading that we can get all of. We go now, when you come to, because I've also had people hit me up on these shows and say, Dewan, I've had people say, Dewan, you never say anything bad. Because out of respect. They're like, do readings only be positive? Like, no, if you come to me for a reading, I'm going to tell you what the fuck you need to hear. Some of these readings can get up in your ass. Readings is going to tell you the truth about yourself. Even the shit that hurts. But the shit that hurts is where you need to be. So you can solve it. It ain't going to hurt if you fix it, right? It takes a brave person to come over adversity, man. Yeah, Gambino, if you, I said I do extended coaching and reading sessions for everybody out there. If you guys have anything that's very concentrated that you want to work through, or if you guys are going through severe roadblocks and you really want to get through this stuff, sign up for my 3-month coaching program. Let's really dig into your cards and solve these 6 sessions. 6 sessions, 2 months a session. 2 sessions a month, and we have and we'll be texting back and forth in between sessions. That's the benefit of that package that I have right there. Not only do we have our sessions, but 2 sessions a month for 3 months. We also can text in between sessions to keep you, to stay on your plan. We all have a plan, and with this package, with my membership, we develop a plan, soulful synergy, synergizing your light and your dark, and we do that for 3 months, and that will help you really, 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 really get down to the nitty gritty of your issues. Go right to the cards so we can get right to solving the problems. I was got another super chat. 9372. I didn't even see that. Let me go there. 9372. $9,372. 8 of diamonds. You're very refined. Very refined. Things around you got to be refined. You don't do sloppy shit. Shit that you do is generally well put together as an 8 of diamonds. You have a King of Spades and Mercury, so that tells me you have the ability to say what needs to be said, when it needs to be said, how it needs to be said. That's a talent of yours. Saying things when it needs to be said. You know how to word things properly. You know how to sell things. You know how to make people feel worth and value. Somebody can be that you have a knack for saying the right thing at the right time to people. The thing with you is you have to make sure that Your challenge sometimes though is being alone in your own thoughts. You're such a you're such a magnet for attention, a magnet for people. You have challenges sometimes being in your own world. You have to lean in. The Ace of Clubs in your Mars card, you got to lean into your own thoughts. Sometimes it's not about other people and how you perceive and what they think. Sometimes you got to balance your life as far as being someone who attracted, because you attract a lot of attention. You got to balance your ability to attract attention with your own solo thoughts, your own solo being. And sometimes it's not always about, reaching out. Sometimes it's about reaching within. Okay. Queen of Clubs, you're teaching. You can teach. You can spread information. Matter of fact, you'll probably make good money. Whatever it is that you do, you can teach it well. You can explain it well. And also that Queen of Clubs in Jupiter, you're somebody that needs to be writing your own laws, writing your own rules, living by your own rules. As Eight of Diamonds, you can easily be attracted into following, what the conventional way, because you do stand out. You don't want to stand out like a sore thumb, so you can be coerced in your own thoughts to sort of follow the path. But as a Queen of Clubs Jupiter, your blessings is in following your own path. And through following your own path, you're going to shine brighter than you're going to shine following somebody else's path. So safety for you is writing your own rules, writing your own path. Don't look at that as a hindrance, okay? Because as Eight of Clubs, Eight of Diamonds, you could look at that as a hindrance. It's not. It's actually going to be the thing that pushes you further into your greatness. You dig what I'm saying? You got a lot of greatness within you, a lot of greatness supporting you. But your greatest greatness is going to come out of you writing your own rules and writing and determining your fate for yourself and not following along what other people say. Fuck other people. I got another super chat 1018. No, this isn't it. This isn't 1018. 1018. Nope, that's not it. Where did 1018's birthday go? Let me pull up 1018's birthday again. Hold on. You are at 4 clubs, but there we go. The year is wrong, but the birthday is right. I'm not going into detailed reading. So some of these readings, if you see the year wrong, the year only matters when I'm going into a detailed reading of your week or your current or your future. If I'm not reading your future, the year doesn't matter. 4 of clubs, 1018. You are the peacemaker. You're the one that everybody come to solve issues and to solve problems. You are the problem solver. The problem is everybody come to you with their shit. So you spend more time solving other people's shit than solving your own shit. And sometimes as a 4 club, your own life can be in disarray because you deal with so much stuff. You deal with it so much because you are the voice of reason for a lot of people. And people trust you. And they depend on you to be the solution to their issues. You're good at balancing and managing money. Even when it looks like ain't no money gonna be there, you will find a way. And when you do get lump sums of money, you do well with it. Because you're very smart on where to place it and where to put it. You're a Jupiter of 6 of Diamonds, so that means you're very ethical. You're not only good with money, you have good ethics. And if you ever stepped outside of your ethics, you're going to have hell to pay. Okay? October 9th, 18th birthday, October 18th, super chat. Cash app. That's Sheena. Hit the Cash app if y'all want the reading. 19 said, yeah, I see the year is wrong, but I'm more so going into your personality. I only need the year when I'm reading your future. Or if I'm reading an aspect of a particular part of your life, then I need the year. But if I'm not reading a particular season in your life, I don't necessarily need the year, just the date. Although your year tells me about the generation that you're in and those things like that. But you have those aces down there. You have to take, your reward is in taking time for yourself. You're going to have to find a way to pull back, Sheena, and take time for yourself sometimes. Being the problem solver that you are, being the person that you are that people trust and depend to get things done. You're going to have to consciously pull back sometimes and take time for yourself. You need it. Don't see it as selfish either when you do it. That's the only way you can continue to be the person that you are for people. Okay? That's the only way, is by pulling back and taking time for yourself. Kevin asks, can you explain the transformation card? Transformation card is what you look like, how things look for you as you live your cards out and play your cards out. When you're dealing with your cards, Mercury, how you communicate, Venus, your lifestyle, Mars, your challenges and how you confront the world's challenges, Jupiter, your rewards, your blessings, the things you do to expand greatness, Saturn, your discipline, your parameters, your rules in life, Uranus, your inspiration, the random occurrences of events, how you view humanitarian issues, how you view society, Neptune, creativeness, inspiration from the universe, Pluto, your underlying deep issues, your deep problems, your deep stuff that rules your longer period of your life, how you for the most part live your life, the stuff that you very rarely get down to addressing. Result reward card is what it looks like when your result card is what results look like. Okay, as you live your cards out, what is your reward? What are your rewards in life? And this person having the Ace of Hearts, their rewards are being to themselves. Innocence. Ace of Hearts is the card of innocence, the card of solo thoughts, selfishness, being in your own. Well, this person being a Four of Clubs, that means that they're everything to everybody. So their rewards are when they take time for themselves. The Cosmic Lesson, Ace of Diamonds. Cosmic Lesson is a card that's what you learn through life. As you live your cards out, that's what you're here to learn. That's what you're here to experience. And depending on the high side or low side, those are the lessons that you get out of life. The moon is your emotions. What's underneath, what guides you, what you're feeling. Tapping into your emotional state is your moon. And your transformation is how, once you play your cards out, who are you transforming to? Because we all go through a journey in life. The journey is one thing, but you don't go on a journey to just go on a journey. You go on a journey to transform. What are you transforming into? Your transformation card tells me what you're transforming into as you live your life. High side, low side, okay? All right, I got a Northside Dre, 601, 1989. I played 6. So hopefully, Sheena, that helps you out. Oh, we got another 3 of spades up in this our first 3 of spades. I don't think we had another 3 of spades. 3 of spades, you got the same card as Dame Dash. That means, 3 of spades, you don't mind, if something ain't right, you'll confront a motherfucker, Northside Dre. You cool until people come at you twisted. People can't come at you twisted. 3 of clubs don't take too much shit. 3 of spades, it's one of the more rare cards. It's very complicated, very smart, but at the same time, very hard to please. Which means you yourself, it's hard for you to please yourself. You gotta get to a point to where you be content within yourself and you please yourself and you satisfy yourself. And you know that you reach a point in your life to where you get to an age of contentment, an age of being internally pleased, internally satisfied. All right? So that's what you have to work towards. You're a hard worker. Saturn card, Jack of Clubs. That means you got to make sure that you check your boundaries and don't step outside of your boundaries for nothing. Because if you do, it's not going to be good. Make sure you stay true to your boundaries. Because the Jack of Clubs can tend to do what it wants. It can tend to not take things serious, not take threats serious, not take danger serious, and then deal with the ramifications of it. But with you having a Jack of Clubs in that position, it shows that you don't take You take things serious, but you don't take them too serious. You're not gonna let things, don't take things too serious. Queen of Clubs and Jupiter, watch out for being overly judgmental. Okay? Because when you judge other people, you're just judging yourself. And your transformation is the 4 of diamonds. That means stability. As rocky as things were at a younger age for you, you're on a life path of stability. Keep walking down your life path and you will get to certain stability, okay? And it is windy as fuck outside here in LA. God damn, my blinds in the other room are getting tossed around. Shit. But I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Go to breakthroughcards.com to book your own personal reading. We're going to be back tonight playing some music, Incense and Ashtrays. We're going to be playing some music tonight. Right back here on Mixcloud and also on Twitter. Okay? I want to thank y'all for listening, and I want y'all to remember this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Thank y'all again for listening. We out.